So I know this is the last thing anyone needs is another asshole adding his opinion to the matter. But hey, what's that? That's what the internet's for, right? The 9/11 mosque, the Ground Zero mosque. I'm gonna try and bullet point it and just fucking go. It's not a mosque. It's a community center. Those in Rochester, New York, I'm sure there are those in other cities as well, but in Rochester, New York, there's something called the JCC. It's the Jewish Community Center. To have a membership and use all the pools and everything, you have to be Jewish. But I can go to the JCC. They'll have speeches there. They'll have, you know, presentations, like plays and shit. I can go. Sometimes it's free. Sometimes I have to pay. But, and I'm sure, I don't know for a fact, but I'm sure there's some kind of synagogue or something in there. Or at least a rabbi or something that's hanging around at any time. That's what this is. It's a Muslim community center. It's 2 blocks away or 4 blocks away. I've heard both commented. You take an aerial view. It's fucking far away. People go, well, you know, landing gear from the plane flew over. Yeah, you know how fucking tall those towers are? This is like an old school New York City 20, you know, story building. I don't think it's even 20 stories. It might be like 10. But whatever. You look at the pictures. It's fucking a squat building. The Twin Towers were fucking huge. So, of course, I mean, yes. Is it nearby? It's nearby. Of course it is. But to try and say that because landing gear flew through, well, it's practically right on top. That's bullshit. So it's not a mosque. It's a community center. It has essentially a chapel in it. You can fit a lot of Muslims in there. But, you know, I had this argument with someone, and they said, you know, well, it has a mosque in it, so it's a mosque. I'm like, no. You don't consider a prison a church. You don't consider a hospital a church, but lots of prisons and lots of hospitals have chapels in them that can fit, you know, a good couple hundred, maybe 1,000, I don't know, depending on what size prison or hospital, specifically hospital, it is. Who knows, you could probably fit a lot of people in there. You don't consider them churches, because they're not. Same thing here. It's not a mosque. That's first off. Second off, unless Muslim equals terrorist, this shouldn't be an issue. Terrorists are not building a mosque on the Ground Zero. American citizens, well, here, I started fucking me. This is what's really happening. American citizens that are part of an American organization led by a gentleman who has lived in America. I don't know if he's been a citizen the whole time, but has lived in America since 1983, so that's 27 years. That's longer than I've been alive. Have purchased property, which, this is an add-on point, has sat vacant for 8 years after 9/11, after it was damaged. Sat vacant for 8 years. The prior owners were trying to sell for 8 years. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody's giving a fuck about that area in general as far as economic development goes for 8 years. American citizens buy it last year, 2009. Say, hey, this is what we want to do. Here's our plans. Go to for the local boards, whatever. Spend a year getting approved. Not to build it, just approved to get funding. Because, I mean, there's going to be all kinds of building codes and shit like that that's going to come after this. But they've just basically been told that, okay, you get the money, you can try and build the thing. Okay? Now, this was new news to me, too. Local rabbis, they're like, yeah, that's cool. Local, you know, priests, reverends, yeah, that's cool. Everyone's like, you know, that's cool, you know. It was even on Fox News in December. You know, Fox News that is now decrying it and saying how evil it is and how terrible it is. Well, it was on there in December. And, oh, what the fuck's her name? I can't remember her name. Blonde bitch. I don't like her. But, you know, she had, I believe, the imam in question's wife on. I was like, you know, this is good. Good for you. You know, like, you know, I'm glad you're doing something there, you know, which is the logical view. American citizens trying to put money into the local economy after it got fucked. Okay. Then, the head of Stop Islamization of America starts crying in the end of May, end of May, because she had a whole protest scheduled for June 6th, so it had to be the end of May. Starts crying about how terrible it is, and how it's an insult. And then people still ignore it for a good month or two. Until the end of July, beginning of August, now where we are now. And now all of a sudden it's terrible. Now all of a sudden it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing that American citizens are purchasing property. It's an insult that people of a faith that criminals happened to practice are building something to try and, give back to the community. Because that's what people say, well, Muslims flew planes. No, Muslims didn't. Terrorists did. In their private lives, they were Muslim. Does their faith, when taken as part of the larger picture, certainly informs their behavior. They were doing it because of American intervention policy. That's why they did it. That's why they did it. Well, Bin Laden did it because, fuck, you take some poor kids, say, hey, those people over there, they're the reason why you're starving and that you live in shit. Oh yeah, we're gonna go blow them up. It's fucking stupid. He's doing it for power. They were doing it for their religion as, jihad, blah, 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 blah. But that's the point. They're Wahhabis. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. They're a branch of a branch of a branch of Islam. It would be akin, and I know people hate analogies until they're ridiculous and support their side, but it would be akin to blaming a Lutheran for something the Pope did. That's even too close because people try. It'd be akin to blaming a Southern Baptist specifically for something the Pope did. Christianity is the faith. Southern Baptist is a branch of Protestantism which split off from Catholicism. So a branch of a branch. Or vice versa. If fucking there were 3 Southern Baptist terrorists and they fucking blew up a building and you blamed the Pope, that makes no sense. Most people recognize that that makes no sense. But see, the thing is that there's lots of stupid people in America. And how dare you call them stupid? No, they're fucking stupid. I don't know all the branches of Islam. I don't. I don't know how. I have some knowledge from in school when they tried to teach us after who should fucking who should interpret prophecy after Muhammad died and all that. I mean, I remember some of that, but I don't know all the fucking Sharia, Sharif, whatever, fucking Shaka Khan. No insult, my Muslim brothers. It's a joke. I don't know all that shit. But if someone tells me, here's how it is. They're Wahhabis, which are part of this sect, which are part of this sect, which falls under Islam. I'm like, oh, okay. You showed me, you taught me, that's fine. I understand that. These people I'm talking about don't. You're Muslim. No matter what, you're Muslim. Doesn't matter if, you're fine with your women not wearing burqas and, maybe, and I don't know if there's even, at this point, I know Judaism's maybe just started to approach this. I don't know if Muslim has, maybe you eat pork, I mean, that's a kosher law, and there are Jews who eat pork. There are Jews for Jesus. I mean, I don't know if Muslims gotten to that point yet, where there are practicing Muslims who consider themselves Muslim but still eat pork. I don't know, but just in case, they could be there. You're Muslim. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether you interpret, how you interpret the Quran, how you interpret, who took the mantle from Muhammad. Doesn't matter. No. You're Muslim. That's what these people are saying. You're Muslim. You're all Muslim. You're all the same. You're all terrorists. You're all terrorists. Because why else does it matter? They're American citizens. They had nothing to do with what happened on September 11th. Nothing. And they're trying to take an area that was ignored by the entire country for fucking 8 years. That we've just left to fucking rot. And that's an insult? Fuck you. Fucking asshole. You're stupid. You're an idiot. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then when you actually start to look at polling, and you see that Manhattan, now, the 2 polls I saw, one referenced it as the borough of Manhattan, and one referenced it as Manhattan. No, there is a county of Manhattan, isn't there? That's right, because it's the county of... Okay, good. I just had remembered from my fucking job. Okay. Manhattan, the majority of people living in Manhattan, whether it be the county or the borough, fit into 2 categories. Well, no, that's wrong. Okay. The majority of people in Manhattan either A, support building this thing, straight up. There's like, yeah, go ahead, fucking do it. Problem solved, no problem. That's cool. I'm down with that. Or, that's like 46%. Say they completely support building it. They're like, yeah, go ahead. No problem. I have no issue with it. Go ahead. 36% are against it. Which gives me what, 82%? Gives me 82%. The other 18% don't fucking care. So 46 support it, 18% don't care. Which gives you 54% are just like, yeah, whatever. Or no, that's wrong. What the fuck's wrong with me? I'm losing it here. Because it should be 64. Yeah, 64, I'm right. 46 and 18. Fucking what the hell? I'm gonna have to edit this. I won't. So, 64% support it. Whether support it outright or just don't care. It's like, I don't, whatever. Do it. I don't care. Only 36% don't support it. The people that live there. The people that lost family on 9/11. Who lost friends. Who, you know, maybe went out for a fucking falafel or a hot dog and looked up and watched the towers fall. I know it was too early. No, it wasn't too early. Whatever. Watch the fucking towers fall. Watch the planes go into the building. The majority of those people support it. So what the fuck? Which actually brings me to my last point. Ignoring the constitutionality of it. Ignoring the fact that we live in a country where we're supposed to respect people's freedom of religion. So whether I agree with what they believe or not, go for it. You know, where we're supposed to say, you're private citizens, you have legally obtained property, you can do whatever the hell you want with it, as long as it fits within local zoning and building and blah, 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 and it's up to code. Despite the fact, so ignore all that, ignore the constitutionality of, ignore the bullshit of our country that we're supposed to believe in, that nobody does because everyone's a piece of shit. Ignoring the fact that Muslims is not equal terrorists, and so that it is in no way insulting to the victims of 9/11 to have a Muslim community center that happens to have I call it a chapel, but it's got a different name, I'm sure, but a mini mosque in it. Ignore all of that. All of it. And because some people do. And they're like, well, you know, none of that matters. I don't care about any of that. I don't like that it's there. I think it's wrong that it's there. So we're taking that as the argument. I think it's wrong that they're building it there. I think they shouldn't build it there. Here's the simple fact of the matter. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody's asking you to like that they build it there. It's their property. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it. So if your argument boils down to, I don't like that it's there, I don't think it should be there, you have the right to feel that way. Absolutely. You can say, I don't think they should put it there. Go ahead. But it doesn't mean anything. Just like it doesn't mean anything that I think they should put it there. Or that I support that they put it there. Because it doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter on legal behavior. I don't think people should drink. I don't. I don't drink. I don't imbibe alcohol at all. I don't really see the good in it. So if you were to ask me my honest God opinion of like, oh, do you think people should drink? Nah, I don't think people should drink. But guess what? I don't fucking say that to people. I don't go up to people and be like, you shouldn't drink. It's bad for you. You know why? Because I'm not a fucking asshole who thinks that my opinion should dictate behavior. Because that's what it is. You think your opinion should dictate legal behavior. It's legal for them to put it there. They did nothing wrong.